Today's May 21st, 2014, and you're listening to Comm Chatter Off Duty. I'm Alderin and with me always
is Pixley. Not the Colonel, just the regular kind.
Now, if you're listening to this, you may have already heard Comm Chatter, and you're wondering, why is this off duty? Pixley, care to explain?
I do care to explain. So, as Comm Chatter is entirely done in character, there are some things we just can't talk about, despite how creative we may try to be with our explanations. So, we decided to do Comm Chatter Off Duty, in which we can do things out of character that relate to things outside, so we can talk about things relating to CIG, or things relating to role-playing, but that only makes sense from an out-of-character perspective. And just other big news that only works out of character. And, it gives us something to do when in-universe news is kind of in a lull.
Yeah, because quite frankly, it has been since the beginning of this year.
Indeed.
Yeah, you may have noticed like the month or two between episodes when we initially intended to do it like every week or two.
Anyway, after the jump, we will talk about what news there is, Arena Commander, the time scaling of Star Citizen, and the end of Wingman's Hangar, so stick around.
So not too long ago, we actually got a date. Not with someone else, but a date for Arena Commander.
Well, speak for yourself.
May 29th. Knowing
Hooray!
our luck, it'll be at 11:59 Santa Monica time. But
oh well.
Yeah.
Still counts.
Yeah.
I'm excited as balls, man. It's gonna be so great.
Yeah. We've been waiting so long for this. I mean, it'll be what? Nearly 5 months? Wait,
Something
what?
crazy like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Since it was supposed to be released, or what they aimed for initially. But because we just kept shoveling money and goals at them, they kind of had to, push it back, as we all know.
I think we can all blame this on physically based rendering. And that's the only explanation.
And copious amounts of beer, vodka, bourbon, and whatever.
Yeah, that too. That too. But, yeah.
What are you looking forward to most in the Arena Commander?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah, especially since we don't exactly know what we're going to be able to do. I mean, we know we'll be able to do the Vandal Swarm, and did they...
Free flight.
Yeah, yes.
Well, I don't know about your citizen number, but my citizen number is pretty low, so I may get into multiplayer pretty soon. 32.7-ish. So, yeah, I should be pretty early considering we're at, 450,000 citizens now?
What did you say yours was?
32.7k.
Well, I'm not that far off. 52,337. I'm pretty sure I'll get into the first drop. What did they say? What did they give?
I don't think they gave a number. Oh no, I imagine they're going to start pretty small. I mean, I would imagine 50k is probably a pretty good boundary for that sort of thing. I imagine it'd be like probably 1k or 5k with the first wave of dudes, and then maybe 25, then 50, then 100.
I'm not sure it'll be that. I'm not sure it'll be that small, but either way, if I remember right, they're going to be ramping it up pretty quickly.
Oh yes.
I think they said within the first week once they can get all the issues worked out with the mass testing and stress testing, they were going to try bumping it up to full capacity.
Yeah, and we'll see. Let's just hope the servers stay up.
Yeah.
Oh, I never answered your question though of what thing I'm most looking forward to is. The thing I'm most looking forward to is the new model for the 300 series.
Oh yeah, we got a little sneak peek at that in one of the news articles. I don't remember which one off the top of my head.
I think it was the concept art they gave to GameStar.
Maybe.
I mean, there was a big drop of art with that, so I would assume.
Yeah. That picture, the one I'm thinking of, it showed the new 300, the Hornets, and the Aurora.
Yep, and that should be on screen now if I'm doing my job correctly.
It to my eye, it looks like they scaled up the 300i a little bit overall.
I don't know, because
made the wings a little bit narrower.
Well, I don't think it's been scaled up because the ship stats page says 24 meters, and I think it's been 24 meters the whole time.
I'm not really sure. I just going off looks in that picture.
Oh.
It does seem just at least like stretched a little bit.
Oh. Well, we'll see. I mean,
and it's kind of clear that the rear end, like the thruster or engine or whatever, has been changed a little bit. So there are like some tubes or pipes or something back there that weren't visible in the current Hangar version.
Yeah. I'm just sad because I don't get to see the new 325A paint job yet.
Yeah. I imagine that would probably come with the second drop.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean, the only thing they'd really have to do is
they just gotta skin it.
Yeah, they have to skin it and finish up the PBR on the mass driver.
Ooh.
But it's pretty small. I can't imagine that would take too long.
Yeah. Well, I would think, because the Arena Commander version of the Hornet's gonna be like fully decked out with like ball turret, even though you only really get that with the Super Hornet out of the box, which I don't think the Arena Commander version will be the Super Hornet. Actually, I'm sure it isn't. But
not initially.
Yeah, so I would assume that the Arena Commander version of the 300i would have its nose gun. Maybe not necessarily the mass driver, although that would make sense. But I can't really imagine they would leave that slot empty given how much heat the Hornet's going to be packing.
Yeah, if all else fails, I could probably slap on any gun that would fit there. I've got an extra M3A kicking around my Hangar, and I think a broadsword.
I don't have anything. I don't have any extra guns, so I don't know.
I know they can be fit, but they're both pretty small guns.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll find out next Thursday.
Yep.
Anyway, what's your thing you're most looking forward to, or is that the same as me?
Pretty much the same, and seeing how it handles. I know this won't be probably won't be the end result. Like, it probably wouldn't. It probably wouldn't fly the same when the full release comes out, but I don't know. I might have mentioned a while ago when I was messing around in Pearl's Playground, and I really liked how the 300i and that flew compared to the Hornet.
I don't know. I didn't like how anything flew in that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was really rough, but I don't know. I just had a better time flying that, or easier time rather.
Ah.
I mean, and it didn't blow up because, well, it couldn't.
The indestructible 325A.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's enough of Arena Commander until next week, where we'll talk about it on the on the proper show.
Oh, and one more thing.
Go ahead.
Don't fly into the terraforming beams.
Oh, that was so great.
Kind of figured that would happen, but
Well, yeah, I'm just surprised it took him this long to show off flying into the terraforming beams after people were shouting it during the reveal at PAX East.
I'm willing to bet that would have crashed if they did it then.
And
although,
the crowd would have
although,
gone wild
yeah,
because
again.
that would have meant that would have meant helmet flipping again.
Although,
Oh.
actually, one thing that was a little interesting I noticed on that, the fighter, the Hornet, seemed to keep going without any evident damage. You just died or respawned or something.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it might just taken the cockpit out and it just left the ship to drift, but
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I wonder.
I wasn't looking that close. It's just like yes, 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 and then there wasn't an explosion. I'm like, aww. Or like Dragon Ball Z type of vaporization going on, because that would have been pretty funny.
It just disappears.
Yeah.
Anyway, next topic.
Alrighty.
Pixley, I'll let you take this one. This is really your thing.
Yes, it is my thing. In Wingman's Hangar, episode 66, Chris Roberts said that Star Citizen would be running at an accelerated timescale compared to real life, as opposed to a 1-to-1 ratio like it had kind of been implied up until then, with, the date in the game being exactly 930 years after the date in real life. So, for example, today in the Star Citizen universe would be May 21st, 2944. And, that's how we date our shows. But apparently that's not going to be a thing, or at least with the current design. Again, everything's work in progress, of course. But yeah, the timescales, like mentioned, were like 1 to 6 or 1 to 12, which means every 1 or 2 months in real life, an entire year will have passed in the Star Citizen universe. And as a person, obviously, who's very much looking forward to role-playing in Star Citizen, I'm a tad disappointed by that. I kind of liked the parody thing. It kept things... In my mind, it made things seem as though it'd be like real life. Things would move along at their proper pace.
Yeah, while I can understand why they would go with this, so it's just a little bit smoother in game. I mean, it does cause problems for the people that roleplay, like we do in Comm Chatter and will in game.
Yep.
But like the 1 to 6 is probably pushing it, and the 1 to 12 just no.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Some people in the subscriber den thread about this were saying that 1 to 4 is probably a bit more realistic as to what it would be when the game launches. But I mean, even then, that's a year every 3 months. And, things move pretty fast. I mean, every month would be 4 months. A lot can happen in 4 months just on one planet. I mean, like, on Earth, we had the stuff in the Ukraine and the ongoing tensions between them and Russia's invasion of Crimea, and protests in Turkey, several big acquisitions, cough, Oculus Rift, Facebook, cough. And, there are a bunch of other things that happen in the course of a few months, and, CIG, however amazing they may be, are not omnipotent. They're not perfect. I mean, stuff will have to be ongoing in the universe, and there will be some things that if they carry out in their realistic, real life amount of time will go too fast for us to even notice. Like, oh, there was a big protest on Terra that, like, resolved itself over the course of yesterday. I didn't even log on yesterday.
While people in general will be the news themselves, there'll still be a lot that's we can't do. If look at the lore, they'll have to be they'll have to put out a lot more of it, not just to satisfy people, but to make explanations for like what Pixley just said.
Say, for example, couple years after launch, when the inevitable fragmentation between Earth and Terra happens, I would imagine there'd be protests, and maybe some people, I mean, obviously people more like us who want to roleplay, might want to participate in those protests, or whatever else goes on, and, that should be a major thing that people should be able to participate in, and, there'll be missions influenced by that in the short term. Like, if things are going on some planet that's closer to Terra but would rather stay affiliated with Earth, there'll probably be some sort of occupation thing going on, and maybe the Resistance would want you to bring them supplies and run the blockade. I mean, that's a very short-term thing, but players should be able to take advantage of those short-term consequences of events in the universe. And, I mean, the disparity between our timescale as players and the timescale of the universe means if some player faction gets into a scuffle with the UEE, let's say, for example, the Goonrathi, just because I can't imagine they would be buddy-buddy with the UEE. Let's say they get into a scuffle with the UEE. I would imagine that the Goonrathi would be, like, whatever the outcome would be, the Goonrathi would be recovering from whatever damage they suffered as a result of that for a longer period of time than the UEE would. So that kind of concerns me. And I know this whole thing is about making it so that the in-universe speed limit of 0.2c, 20% of the speed of light, does not make it so that we have to spend an entire month getting from Earth to Neptune. Those numbers were pulled out of my ass, by the way. I don't know the actual figures. But I think it would be better just to kind of hand-wave it and let the universe carry on in lockstep with our perception of time, so as to make it, and I'm going to use the I word, and people are probably going to get mad, but it does make it more immersive. And as a role player, that's kind of important to me. I mean, I'm not the sort of person who's like, everything's gotta be super immersive all the time. Otherwise, I would say like, oh, well, technically, 0.2c would not be nearly fast enough to travel across an entire solar system, and planets should be in their proper orbits, so they would be at different locations depending on when you visit them. I'm not all like that. The planets can stay stationary in the game. That's fine with me, but I think just to make the universe feel more alive and us more part of it, it should be 1-to-1 as opposed to 1-to-4, 1-to-6, 1-to-12. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, and if there are situations where it wouldn't be realistic to travel at our speed limits because of how long it would take, there is still the rule of cool. You don't want to be stuck, spending a day going from Terra 1 to Terra 2.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even remember what those plants are called anymore, other than Terra itself. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I pay close attention to the lore, but not that close.
Yeah. But really, I mean, I doubt the planets are going to be the actual size of real planets. In the last episode of Wingman's Hangar, they just said the stars wouldn't, but, well, that wouldn't exactly be easy, even if they used repeating textures.
Yeah, well, and even with double precision floating point, yeah, that would still be pretty rough. Although that can kind of be avoided, given the fact that being close enough to a star where that would matter would mean your ship would probably explode anyway.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
and what planet did you use for an example a moment ago? Neptune?
yeah,
Sun to Neptune, 4.1 hours.
4.1 hours at
At,
point 2
like,
C
no, at light speed.
at light speed. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, that would take like an entire day to get
Yeah.
from the sun to Neptune. So, yeah, that's pretty far. So, yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
even time acceleration wouldn't help with that.
you're right. See, see, it really should just be hand waved. There,
Yeah.
there. My point's proven. Truly, I am the most right person there is, and I'm saying that satirically and not at all genuinely, because people can have their opinions. I'll disagree with them, but they can have them. I'm just glad I got that little minor victory. Anyway, moving on. I'm done talking about this.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably not gonna get anywhere on it. It's
Yeah,
it whatever.
yeah.
Next,
Next.
the end of Wingman's Hangar.
No. Well, and more importantly, in my opinion, Michael Moreland will no longer be a CIG employee.
Yeah, we'll still be seeing Wingman
Yeah.
with the new show they'll be doing, which I imagine will kind of cover the whole of CIG rather than just Austin and occasionally LA or not LA. Was it LA? Santa Monica.
Santa
Whatever.
Monica, LA. Santa Monica
Cal
is in the
needs it.
LA metropolitan area.
Close enough. But that that they have that, then there's also the
Manchester.
Montreal, Manchester. But yeah, I do imagine this new show would cover more of them more often.
Yeah.
Although I will miss the Hainer.
Yep. Yep. But it allows Eric to focus on his proper job more, so that's bound to be good for the game as a whole.
Less stuff, more fluff. Damn it.
Well, that's what a fan podcasts and stuff are for. We can be the fluff.
Yeah, I suppose. Although I'm not that good at the fluff.
We're
Ex-
we role play.
well,
That's fluff.
whatever. But yeah, Mike was really cool guy. Seemed I never actually met him. Pixley, you did, right?
Yes, I met him once at South by Southwest, and I met him at the live stream last summer. He's a really cool dude. He looks better with the goatee, though. He should grow it back.
Yeah, they did actually do a vote on it, but in the Hanover today, they actually it seemed like the beard wins over shaved.
Yes. It's
That's it.
it's surreal, I think, because he's that
I
was
didn't
kind of
even
that was part of him.
I didn't even recognize him without the goatee.
Yeah,
It took a moment,
yeah. But
but
luckily, he still has that magical voice, which I hope will be part of the Star Citizen universe in some capacity, even if he is no longer a full-time employee of Cloud Imperium.
one thing he did mention though is that he might pick up YouTube. Not probably wouldn't be like gameplay videos. Probably more like I guess a fan run talk show. Uh, More professional than we seem anyway. But I mean, he has the experience with all his social media stuff now from working with CIG, producing Windman's Hainer. See, he said he really likes doing it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what he comes up with.
Yeah, and
But
I mean, if he ever needs someone from the Austin area to help him out, he can send a personal message to Colonel Pixley on the RSI forums. I mean, Austin's a good place to do it. I mean, you know, Kinshadow's there too. I mean, you can't really have a fan thing without Kinshadow, I think.
I thought Legante was in that area too.
No, Legante's up in Dallas.
Still closer than me in the middle of nowhere, New York.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really gonna miss that show. Only two left. One, this next Wednesday, which would be the 28th.
Yep.
And one more on June 4th.
Yep. And they say they're gonna go with a bang, so we'll see what that bang is.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting though. I mean, they're probably gonna do something crazy in the last one, but this next episode, I mean, it's the day before the planned release for for Arena Commander.
Yeah, we better get some damn good footage for that.
If I remember right, like they said they were gonna lock the build down before that. I can't imagine
like tonight, I think.
So I'm not entirely sure they'll be able to use the working on the dogfight module excuse again.
Well, I mean, they still gotta do some, still gotta do bug testing and stuff. I mean, if Code Lockdown were the end-all, be-all, then, you know, they'd be able to release it sooner. But obviously there's still stuff to do. Otherwise, yeah. There's a whole process.
They'd be able to take the ball and chain off all the artists and programmers.
Let them have a nice break, nice vacation. They've certainly earned it, I'd say.
But yeah, can't wait.
Yeah. And I'm sure the new show will be awesome. Better be, otherwise I'm gonna be mad. You know, stop giving subscriber. Actually, no, I won't. I would never do such a thing. I like Jump Point too much, and the subscriber den, because it's sane in there.
Yeah, my God, I wish I would almost subscribe just for the den. I subscribed for a month or two. It was just like going back to when the community here was still actually civil in general. My God, it's terrible now.
I think that's it for our first episode of Comm Chatter Off Duty.
Yeah, we hope you liked it. We'll probably be doing this quite often, at least until they really pick up with the lore, or until the persistent universe, in which case, you know, normal Comm Chatter will probably, be the main one again.
So, yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, or listening, whatever you prefer.
Yep. All right. Well, bye, everybody.
See you next time.
Because Arena Commander is bound to be very important to the Colonel. So, look for that.